Welcome back to Toy Story for Deep Thought.
Welcome back to Angry Potato Head.
Oh man, you don't want to get a potato head angry. Bad things can happen.
Alright, so coming up right here is a part that did not happen in the movie, where Woody mounts Rex and rides him out of the place because Rex apparently is the only one that still likes him.
Well, I mean, the thing is, he doesn't want a confrontation. I'm not so sure about him not liking him.
Oh, well, I never read the story mode in this game. I just played the game.
Yeah, it's a bastardization of Toy Story, so it doesn't really matter. But anyway,
it's Toy Story abridged.
Yeah, this and another level that we'll be seeing later are probably the two hardest levels in the game.
This level's hard?
I mean, like, look at all these obstacles. And I should say, like, even though these pre-rendered graphics are kind of impressive and nice to look at, it has the same problem as Donkey Kong Country as, like, it's not incredibly precise with, like, platforming, so you can easily get hit by creatures, and, like, despite how generous the whole life system here is, because, like, you can get up to, like, 9 lives. You can even, like, in the beginning of the game, give yourself 9 lives from the get-go. But continues are kind of hard to come by, as you need, like, 400 stars in order to get a continue. But,
that level's not hard. I'm sorry.
I mean, I don't know. I found it kind of difficult.
It is difficult the first time, I'll give you that, but, like, once you have a general idea of what to do when things come up, like, just jump over and then jump back over the RC car.
I suppose, but it kind of, like, seems a lot like trial and error to me, because, like...
It's exactly what it is.
I mean, I'm not the biggest protester against trial and error gameplay, because, like, Phoenix Wright, I love that series, and I really don't mind the trial and error gameplay in there. But this kind of trial and error is the kind where you have to kind of memorize the entire level, like the layout of it and enemy placement, if you want to get through in one piece.
Okay, remember when I said the boss fights were all hard?
Yeah.
Kinda lied.
Oh.
This one's...
Fuck you, lied. Get out of my commentary. We want no liars in here.
Yeah, what I was doing is talking out of my ass because I couldn't think of any. But this one is pretty easy, because all you have to do is get the tire over Buzz. But the thing about this one is, it's really a bitch to get over him.
Oh yeah, it's like, you're completely dependent on the physics of the tire, which, I mean, if you're going to depend on these physics, then, well, you're not going to get any results.
I mean, once you have an idea of how to maneuver the thing, it's easier, but that's not saying much.
Yeah, and if I may say, Buzz's sprite looks way more fucked up than Woody's.
What do you mean?
Like, have you seen his face? It looks like he got, like, his face melted. Like, Sid melted him.
Yeah. Kind of looks like Smokey in his, like, inside of his helmet. Like Mysterio almost.
Oh. Is Buzz Mysterio? Is that gonna be your headcanon?
Well, it kind of looks like him. Oh yeah. Also this shitty minigame.
Yeah, this reminds me a lot of, like, the shooting section from the Snatcher, if you remember that.
Was that a Sega CD game?
Yeah, that was just like a CD game.
Yeah, I never played it.
Okay, well, yeah, like, in that game you had a very similar shooting section. Although, like, with context and everything, it was, like, a whole lot better. With this, it's just a dumb minigame.
Yeah, try doing this minigame with the broken Mega Drive D-pad. Like, you won't win at all.
Try doing this with the Xbox 360 control pad, because then you'll be even more fucked.
Yeah, it's pretty much what broken Mega Drive D-pad is.
Okay, I'll be honest, this level I actually do kind of like, because it's kind of creative.
It is really creative.
Yeah, I mean, the only problem is just, like, the terrifying kid sprites that we're going to be seeing.
The MS Paint ones.
Yeah, and they look even worse in the SNES version, I should say. I mean, again, the SNES version is just basically a worse version of this, if you can imagine that.
Also, they didn't tell you about this in the game, but all the food is sentient too and wants to kill Woody because they thought he killed Buzz, even though he's right there.
I would not be surprised in the slightest if that were the case.
Also, the vending machines and everything's alive, I guess.
Yeah, there's like 10,000 vending machines in this Pizza Planet Chuck E. Cheese's ripoff. It's weird.
One thing I really hate about this level, and it does not make any sense within the context of the game or the movie, is that if Buzz catches up to you, you get hit. And you lose a hit point.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, if you touch Buzz, you get hit.
Oh my god. That's so cheap.
Yeah, I have no idea why, but you shouldn't get hit by him, because if you crouch, he crouches too.
Yeah, he's supposed to be like your ally in this level, but if you touch him, you take a hit point, which is fuck, jeez.
You don't see it, but he's got a pocket knife right under there.
No, he's just using his laser.
Well, I mean, if I recall correctly, you do lose a hit point if you touch him. Like,
yeah.
You get hurt.
Oh man, that sucks. Jeez, I mean, it can't be any worse than being crushed by these kids.
Or these Coke bottles.
Yeah. Yeah, and that one there, like the kid comes across there at the very end of the level. That happens quite often in this game.
Yeah, nothing really happens except you lose a hit point.
I suppose, but they're, like, speaking of cheap, there's still, like, a lot of cheap shots in this game, which I guess is, like, one of the bigger flaws of the game in general.
Oh, yeah. A lot of, like, how the fuck was I supposed to see that?
Exactly. This is probably the most annoying platforming level.
Yeah, I would agree. Definitely. One of.
I kind of like the idea of it, like you going inside an arcade machine, and, well, this certainly does look like an arcade machine, if, like, an overly complicated one, but still, like, everything's still out to get you, and, I mean, just, no, like, again, hit detection is still off with all this pre-rendered stuff.
Yeah, I don't think arcade machines have all this stuff in them.
I doubt it as well, but at least it's still, like, keeping in theme, because, like, when I get, like, see the structure of this game, I'm reminded of, like, all those like, British computer games based off licensed products that were all just, like, a bunch of mini games and that weren't cohesive at all. But I'd probably say this is an example of it, but on consoles instead of, like, British PCs. But it probably does it a bit better, even if, like, again, there's still, like, a mix of gameplay styles that... it's just weird.
Yeah, this is when the game gets really hard, by the way. Like, really, really hard.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. Like, the batteries that you're seeing explode right here, you need to get out of the way as quick as possible, or they're going to destroy you.
I think they might be fuses, actually. Whatever they are. Whatever they are, they hate Woody. Everything hates Woody in this game.
Yes. Even the stars. Like, again, 400 stars to get a freaking continue.
Really?
Yes. It's ridiculous.
To be honest, I've always... Every time I play this game, I've always went out of my way to get all the stars in the first couple of levels so I can get, like, a lot of lives. I think I can get, like, 9 or 8.
Actually, do you get lives from getting the stars? I know there are, like, individual lives in
the
levels.
If you collect all the lives... If you collect all the stars in a level, you get extra life.
Well, I didn't bother doing that.
You collect 49, you get a hit point.
Okay, alright, that's fair.
Except if you have 5, then you get nothing. Because you can't get more than 5 hit points. How tall do you think Woody is? Like, a little less than a foot tall? But in that level, they make it out to be, like, no bigger than a penny. Don't you think?
Yeah, I'd say so, yeah.
Also, what the fuck am I looking at?
Man, this Wolfenstein 3D remake is really bad.
Yeah. Also, this creepy level, this creepy as fuck level is a Wolfenstein Doom ripoff? Sort of?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, again, it's still it's still impressive, especially for Sega Genesis, but essentially what you're doing here is getting all these little alien guys out of the arcade thing. Actually, no, I think you're putting them in the arcade thing, because I guess they got stuck in here for some reason.
They're stuck, I guess, in the innards.
I suppose. This whole thing is just confusing, though, but it's rather small, and if you like memorize the layout, which is pretty easy to do, you shouldn't have a problem getting all the things out here in time.
Yeah, if I was a kid and I played this would give me nightmares, by the way.
Yeah, it gave me nightmares regardless, because I don't like these creepy faces.
Yeah. Also, I could see you're struggling to move forward.
Yeah, again, this is what you get when you play with an Xbox 360 controller and you play with the D-pad of said Xbox 360 controller.
Well, I just found out that, like, literally just before we started recording that you can move forward with the A or B button. Yeah. You can move forward with the A button, I think, and you can move backward with the B button, so you don't have to use the D-pad unless you're turning.
Why didn't I learn that while recording this?
I don't know. I didn't learn that till just now, actually.
Oh, that could have saved so much time.
Not even kidding.
Well, I mean, regardless, I still got it done within like 2 minutes or something. But like the thing is, these guys still want to be taken out by the claw since they worship the claw. So I don't know. It's again confusing.
All right. Here we have a boss fight against the claw, presumably being controlled by Sid.
Yes.
The bad kid. This is a boss fight that is just so bullshit. It's bullshit. It's bullshit every time you play it.
Yeah, I'd probably agree. I kind of like what you're doing here. Like, you have to make him run out of coins so he can't try to get Buzz again. But
spoiler, he takes you home anyway. Somehow he gets Buzz.
Yeah, and like hit detection again, it's kind of wonky, especially with the wire just kind of like wiggling around.
Yeah, I hate that thing.
Yeah, and the claws you're gonna see here like going back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. Ugh. As long as you stay down though, you shouldn't get hit. But what you have to do is with your like pull string, which is technically your whip. You have to like hit one of the toys up in the air. Then you have to hit the toy again. Thankfully, it automatically goes towards the claw. But still, you gotta be real quick about it.
Yeah, and if he takes him away, you're dead. Like, you lose a life. And if you're playing that legit, there's probably no way you're not gonna take a hit, because it's one of those bosses.
Thankfully, though, it's done. So we'll see you guys next time for the final part of Toy Story.